the mystery of this planet is just so intense. And I think that exactly what you said, going back to where you are with the plants in my personal experience are uncommonly kind. They're incredibly kind beings, the true examples of incredible giving. So plants are just quite remarkable. So I battled against my use of cannabis for many years. I mean, I thought it made, and I don't, and see here I am even qualifying it right now. I don't use it that much. There's just this constant rhetoric or thought or idea about the plant. And for a while I thought, if I use it at all and it makes me a bad doctor, it makes me just all these just crazy thoughts about it. And then I was working with the didgeridoo. I play the didgeridoo a lot. And I was working with the plant, and there's this incredible healing experience with the plant. And it was deeply kinesthetic, vibratory, and just really healing for my heart, my body, and teaching me all different things about my posture. Like, see how you're holding your shoulders. And, when you're holding your shoulders like this, it affects your heart this way. And can you try just sit your shoulders back a little bit, or see how much stress you're putting on your lower back? Just these tiny things, and way beyond the use of the plant, just little things. I'd be walking and I was like, hey, I just want you to notice all this anxiety you're holding in your heart. Can you just kind of relax that? And just amazing experiences like that. And again, I think the fear around plants is what is causing me to try to justify this too. I just want to give the listener a word of caution. I am justifying, and I want people to have a free relationship with plants and herbs, totally, 100%, and make their own decisions. I will say it's really fascinating to me that they found that tomb in China, which I mentioned a little bit, but where they are doing these marijuana ceremonies where they are burning and psychoactive versions of the plant. So they were purposely hybridizing the plant to have more psychoactive components in these, what they think were sensors. And you'd come into this cave, from what I understand, and you would inhale, and it was said to help you talk with spirits, basically, to kind of have a transpersonal, transdimensional experience. The indigenous idea about the text fits in here because the plant is so kinesthetic. It is so aware making of your physicality that I have just my own personal thinking. What if they were hand in hand? What if people were ingesting this plant? I think it's native to China, although again, we don't have a whole planetary history, but just from what we know, what if they were ingesting this plant and also treating, feeling things in their body, writing it down? What if it was and of course, indigenous cultures use plants all the time. I mean, you look at, I just read Wizard of the Upper Amazon, and it's about the Huniqui and Manuel Cordova Rios being a Peruvian, being captured by them. And I mean, they're using tons of different plants to augment their understanding of reality and relationship to their climate, to hunting patterns, to the way they fit in society. Obviously Terence McKenna's idea about the stoned ape hypothesis. I mean, the use of plants and even in the practice itself, which you haven't even gotten into mugwort or artemisia use, but moxa, that was the final bastion of my reductionist mind. By the way, I'm talking really nice about Chinese medicine now. For me, I say a lot, and the plant that helped me most with this was peyote. I was so cynical, and I realized that cynicism for me, at least from peyote, from sacred cactus, what it was telling me was, it's because you're wounded. You're deeply wounded in your heart, and that cynicism is a wound of your heart.
How long did you work with that cynicism?
I think in Stephen's most recent book, Becoming Vegetalista, he talks about just the terrible voices as he started walking down the plant path that he would fight and just wrestle with, and just nights of feeling insane, basically totally absolutely insane, and recovering his psyche just enough. And then he talks about talking in public and somebody saying in the audience the exact thing that he had been dealing with 5 years before about plants. And he realized with this wave of gratitude, actually, in the whole book, how difficult it is to thank our most difficult of teachers, I think is what he said.